What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades we end up taking today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So this is what we looked like off of open going into today. If we look here in the 30-minute, if we look on the call side, I told you guys that there's pretty much one of two scenarios that's going to happen. This 50 SMA here is going to cross negative, and it was pretty much looking like that off of the close yesterday. We had this little bit of a green candle off open, but then ultimately this crossed down today, and with that crossing down, I'd favor us dropping, and then if we held the trend, then I would be more bullish. So right off open, we had this like very weird candle. We ended up getting back above the 10, the 50, but 10 SMA was down super hard, and obviously this ended up just coming right back down. And I like right off the morning dump, I was very bearish. I wanted to see a solid move down, and we did get that. We just weren't able to get an entry, unfortunately. So if we look on the 0DT chart, this is what we had. So we end up having the 695 puts here, and I told Discord if we get a cross here, this is gonna be like an A+ setup because we have that 30-minute chart crossing negative on the calls, which would mean we would go lower. The move, unfortunately, was just way too aggressive, like way too quick. So this cross right here, there really wasn't an entry to take, because by the time we actually crossed, price was all the way up here at like 460, maybe even higher when we did cross. And chasing that much of a move on a cross is not something you want to be doing. This is where I feel like probably a lot of people go wrong when it comes to playing the crosses. Like, for it to be a valid entry, it's got to be somewhat close to the 10, the 50. You do not want to be chasing like the price. Like when price is all the way up here at like 460 and the 10 estimates all the way down here at $3, you do not want to be taking that. I'm gonna try and find to see if I did have a screenshot of what it looked like. I don't think I did though. But yeah, that's a cross you don't want to take. It's just way too extended, and by the time we actually crossed, that wasn't something that I wanted to take. This is actually what we looked like here off the first candle. You can see that candle just ended up getting shot down right here. I'm like, okay, if we go and get a nice put cross, this will be a very, very nice trade to take. So that's what I was looking for. Unfortunately, didn't get the entry, but I did tell the Discord if we get a pullback to this 50 SMA, I will be looking for an entry to go short. If we come back here, this is my short entry because of that 30-minute chart crossing negative. That was something I wanted to take, and yeah, so we got our entry right here. I went short right at, let's see, what time was it? I went short at 10:55. So if we pull up NQ, this is what I end up taking. Took NQ shorts here, 10:55. I'm just gonna go on the 1 minute so it's easier to see. Pretty sure it was right up in this area. Yeah, 10:55. I was short, so boom, dead top right here. I was filled at 260, and you can see we had what 10 points of drawdown, and we were up right around 80 points on that trade. So that was like an 80-point trade. Once we got down here, I pretty much trimmed half right at the dead bottom, just because of how the 0DT chart looked. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, so I ended up taking half off, just because the 50 was kind of curling down a little bit, and also the 10 SMA was down super hard on the 0DT put. So I trimmed half, and I got stop break even on my other half that I had right here. And that was the only trade I took for the day. There wasn't anything else that looked good. If we got a put cross again, I would have taken it. We just never got it. If we look on the 5-minute here, you can see what we look like. I mean, we got a cross into the close, but you guys know after like 3 o'clock, I'm not taking a cross. The crosses after 3 are terrible. You do not want to be taking them. And yeah, you can see every time we came back up into that 50 SMA area and broke above, it came right back down, We never got a cross on put, so there's no other entry to take. So that's pretty much how the day went when it came to the 0DT chart. And then when we come to the fib levels now, on the fibs for the day, I really wasn't interested in taking anything. I didn't want to take any of these two fibs right here. This is the current range we're in. I told you guys yesterday that if we cross negative on the 30-minute, all right, if we cross negative, which we did, we are going to be in a new range. So wherever we are, where we cross negative, the two fibs were between, that is the range. And obviously you can see what that range is. The 61.8, 78.6 fib is our new range. Now what you do is you wait for, okay, if we break out to the upside, if we break above the 69.81 and we go 10 points above it and break above on the 30-minute, then we are back to buying the dips. If we break below this range right here at 69.42 and we break below it, this is where you change the fibs, and we are back to, or not back to, we are in shorting the like rip mode. So break above higher, buy the dip, break below lower, shorting the rip, and like I said, you change the fibs. So what you would do is, so right now we had a little bit of a bull trend. 30-minute was crossed, and what you do is you take this 100% and you switch it to the 0% level. Okay, so you swap 0% high, 100% high. I don't know why I can't like see the left side of the chart here, so I'm gonna go to the hourly. It's gonna show probably a different high, but okay, 70.31, that's the high. So you change this 100%, you put it down here, and now the 0% becomes the new high up in here at 70.12, because that's the last swing high of the previous bull trend we had going. So that's how you get the fibs. It's the last swing high of the previous bull trend. That's the swing high. Last swing low was the previous, or the last swing low we had before the 30-minute ended up crossing negative. So that is how you get the levels. It's very simple. It's all about when the 30-minute crosses negative. That's when we know, okay, we play the new range, and if we break lower, we end up changing the pivots. So again, this upper level, this 70.31 up in here, we got this level from the past bull trend that we previously had, not the one we just had right now. It was the previous one. Now we changed this new swing high to this high when we break lower out of the range. If we break lower, it's not a guarantee that we will. If we break lower out of the range, this 100% goes down here, and the 0% now goes to this new high, because that's the last swing high we had from the recent bull trend. So if we go to the 30-minute call side, this chart was crossed. Wasn't really much of a trend, but we did trend higher after we crossed. So you can see the last swing high, okay, at 10:30 a.m. Last swing high, we go to ES. Right now, that'll be the last swing high we made right up in here, right at 10:30 or 9:30, whatever it was. I think I actually have, those contracts are weird. Today was the last swing high though. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this last swing high is going to be the new high that we have for the fibs if we do end up changing them. So that's how you get that's how you get them. It's simple. It's all about the previous trend we had, the previous trend high, previous trend low. Whenever we are in buy the dip mode, 100% is going to be at the top. Whenever we are shorting the rip mode, the 100% is going to be at the bottom. So that's the setup of the fibs. That's how you pretty much go about doing it. And every time we go from one trend to neutral, in that neutral market, there will always be a range you're going to be playing. So that range tells you when and if you change the fibs. Like right now, like I said, we're in the 69.81, 69.42, this zone right now. This is the range we're playing because we just went neutral. Now we wait for a break of the range, because sometimes we'll cross negative, then cross right back up on the call side, and we're back bullish. So this range kind of prevents that and helps you know when to be shorting the rip again and when to be buying the dip again. So if we break higher, we're still in buying the dip mode. We don't change the fibs at all. We leave them how it is. We break lower, we're in shorting the rip mode, and this 100% now becomes 0%. The 0% now goes to the last swing high of that last trend we had. So that's how you get the fibs. That's pretty much the whole breakdown of it. Hopefully you guys understand that, but that's how you get the fibs. And when it comes to trading them now, it always depends on like the context of the market. So I didn't really love this dip like that. Like this was not a trade to take. The 69.42 dip, not a trade to take at all in my opinion, because we had that 30-minute chart crossing negative, and all the higher time frames look super bearish, and this was not a trade I would have taken at all, because a lot of the times when we are crossing negative on the 30-minute and we're incoming to a fib level, that fib is more likely to break. Even though it did hold, I mean, this was not a trade I would have taken. If anything, you could have shorted this upper one, 69.81, but I was just staying away from this range. It was just really choppy, so I really didn't feel like playing it. But yeah, tomorrow, game plan, what are we going to be looking for? So again, these two fibs are going to be key. Look for a break of either side. I'm probably not going to be taking any trades off of these two fibs. I want to see one of these break first and just get out of the range. Maybe if we get some sort of 0DT cross, I'll end up taking that. But game plan tomorrow is simple. I already went over it with the fibs. We break lower, okay, we change the fibs and we short the rip. If we break higher, okay, we're buying the dips. So that would pretty much mean we break above 69.81, look for a retest of it. If we break below 69.42, change the fibs and then just short whatever fib we retest. So yeah, it's a very simple game plan. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub if you guys are new, and yeah, join the Discord if you want to learn. I'm out.